Yo, what up, everybody? Daddy's back, and we got a another one here. It's pretty insane. You might be asking, why do I have these glasses on? It's because want some eye protection for this one. It's pretty messy, and you could get something on your face. So I'd advise maybe putting on some glasses like I have. Uh, Pretty critical to this lesson. So we have another Evans Gambit here, one of my favorites, and our opponent falls directly into the trap here. He's about 1700, and this is I believe it's a 10 plus 5 game on Lee Chess. So game starts off pretty normal, e4, e5, just the basics. And then we reach the critical Evans position after bishop c5, and we play b4. Um, there's a whole bunch of theory if they decline the gambit and bring the bishop back, but I'm not going to get into that. I can do it in a video. So takes c3 and d4. The goal of expanding into the center here. We hit his bishop again. He's going to have to take the pawn. Probably is the most common move here. We'll see e takes d4 is pretty unanimous. E takes d4, castles, and then the critical move here for black is to not take this pawn. This is a big mistake. Taking is a mistake. Do not take if you are black in this position. He took, so he's going to take an L. That's how it goes. But the correct move is d6. And I'm not going to get into that here, but maybe I will another time. So he takes, and now the dynamic. Bishop takes f7, really cool. And then we get this queen fork on d5, forking the king and the bishop here. Pretty nice stuff. King back, because then he doesn't want to get this taking the check. So I guess it's an all right move. We gobble up the bishop here, and then he plays a move I'm not really familiar with, knight e7. I didn't really like this move because I felt like, he already can't castle, so now this king is just in a box here. I usually will get something like d6, which attacks the queen, and then I'll give a check, and we go into another line. But here he didn't do that, so I just took the pawn with the knight. Taking with the queen is okay too, because then you would get to put pressure on this g7 pawn. But I love in the Evans we have these open lines, so why not develop? That's the whole point. So we get takes. What else we have? Oops. Oh, I got mixed up. Oh, okay. So now he plays d6. After I take the pawn, he plays d6. I give the this check over here, and I was really expecting to see g6, and then I was going to play the queen back over to the to pin the knight here, and then we could get some play over there. But instead he pins his own knight here, and I had this really nice move that I did not play. The move I played is still winning, but I had this nice move, knight d5, bringing the knight in, and I'll go through a quick line. Knight d5. This did not happen in the game. This is something that I could have played. Knight d5 with the idea, let's say he just plays a nothing move like a5. We have bishop b2, pressuring the g7 pawn, queen d7 defending, knight h4, with the idea that this knight is pinned not only to the king, but this pawn actually cannot retake, because if he retakes with that pawn, I take the rook. Pretty a well-known tactical motif here. And then he has to play queen here to defend the knight, so he doesn't have to take with the pawn and also defend this pawn. He's so tied up at this point that now that I can actually take, we get queen takes, and now the queen relinquished guarding this c7 pawn, and it's just game over here. Pretty simple win, and then you can see this is just going to be a big dub. That's how it goes. So we can get back into the play here. So after instead of playing knight d5 here, I played bishop g5 because I realized his queen only has one square, and after his queen goes forward, then I can hop the knight in here, and then it allows my rooks to come into the c and d file, and then I'm going to have some fun. So he plays the only move. He could have dropped the knight back. I guess I can get into this line. If he drops the knight back to block the pin here, this just gets disgusting. I mean, then I'm doubling up here. Both the knights are completely pinned. King f8 to get out of the pin here. But now we just start taking things, and and you can see there's almost nothing he can do. I'm threatening mate here. He has to defend mate. I drop the queen back with a check, and it's just getting worse and worse for him. I'm forking his queen and his rook. He's attacking my knight, but then I could just give another check here, and it's terrible for him. Yeah, so you can see this is a quick win. So we can go back. So he brings the queen up to avoid the attack by the bishop. I have my knight in, and this is his final mistake. H6. He just crumbles under the pressure here. This game is not going to last very long anyway. But this undefends the knight, and I pick up the knight with check, and it's game over. Black resigned. I'll continue a few moves deeper to show what a continuation would look like from this position. If he avoids the check with the king, we can simply drop the bishop back with e3. And I'll show why this is actually the best move in this position. It's a little bit confusing. Let's say he just plays something like a6. There's not much else he can do. I get to bring my knight in now, and this will be the point. He'll maybe offer a queen trade, and I don't even mind, because if we trade queens in this position, I'm going to pick up the exchange, and you can just see. I mean, it's game over. It's so nice for me. So he can't really trade queens, and then I just push my f pawn. I just push the pawns, and as soon as he trades, now my f file's open, and guess what's going to happen? I'm going to double the rooks. I'm going to double the rooks on this file. And yeah, so I'm not going to go into it anymore. It's a pretty clear-cut win, large advantage for white. Still, some patsers could screw it up, but if you follow what I'm saying here, you're not going to have any problems. So another fun game in the Evans, and I hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something. And stay safe out there. Wear some eye protection when you're looking at these games, because it can get pretty nasty. So hope everybody has a good evening, and stay tuned for some more.